people, we're here once again with the one and only Dada, and you know what, he's out there in South Africa, and it's always a blessing to talk and listen and reason to this great artist. So of course, Dada, are you there?
I'm here, much love and respect. DJKat the Katalyst, Arawak FM, Wagwan, big things.
Hey, so of course, let the listeners know and the people know who you are and a little bit about yourself if they've never heard you before.
All right, well, you know, I am a multi-platinum selling hip-hop reggae artist based in Johannesburg, South Africa. Started my career at the age of 13 and have been just pushing forward from then. My recent release of my album was entitled Akebulan being the ancient indigenous name of Africa. And right now I'm busy pushing my 2 new singles, No More and Unity. And that's where you find me at this moment in time.
Yes. And you know what, people? Those 2 tunes are fire tunes. But tell us about that. Tell us about these projects that you've created and how they came about.
Well, you know, I think all of my projects have been very organic projects. Starting from my first album entitled Avant-Garde, I was actually invited to perform on the Nelson Mandela birthday stage. And, you know, at the time, I had only one song, but they didn't know that. And they invited me and they gave me a 15-minute set. So I invited my producer over and we sat down and we started working on some songs. And before you knew it, we had completed an album, I think, in a week. So that was the release of my first album, Avant-Garde. And after that, you know, I was working on an album entitled House of Stone. House of Stone was, you know, is basically the English translation for the name Zimbabwe. And it's something that I was holding very close, near and dear to me. And at the same time, I was invited to come and perform for the inauguration of the second president of Zimbabwe, Emerson Mnangagwa. So it was a blessing. And I created the album in 3 days. And that was my second album. And from there, I moved on to reggae music with 24 Hours, which is an EP I created in 24 hours, 5 songs on that one. And then Akebulan, which is very near and dear to the heart, as I said, the ancient indigenous name of Africa. So it's something that we're using to build pride, and something that I'm very proud of, because it's an idea that a lot of youths my age have not heard about or have not researched. So I'm bringing something new to the table for them to digest. And then, of course, my singles Unity and No More. So a lot of work has been going on for a long time, you know what I say?
Yeah, man, definitely. You know what, for real, every time, you know, we speak or I'm looking on social media and things like that, I see you putting in the hard work, the energy. So tell the people what goes on behind closed doors as an artist, you know, because we see the final product, we see what's out there that you've put out there, but what do you do day to day as an artist?
Well, you know, I think the key term is music business. You know, when they see us, they see the music side of things. But from day to day, it's all the business that needs to be done. So whether it be publishing or just the admins, anything that has to do with the how many artists have been working on the song, the releasing of royalties, the paperwork that goes behind that, just marketing, all different types of business. I think that's one of the most important things. A lot of people think that being an artist is waking up every day and just creating new songs and living that life of creativity, and it is, to a certain extent, it is kind of true, but there would never be, you could never take the music as far to its potential as you could if you did not include all of the aspects, and business is one of the most important.
Yeah, for real. And you know, as an artist, and I know that you're doing lots of great works, but how do you balance between, you know, work life of music and family life? How does that work out for you?
Well, you know, for me, it's such an organic thing, again, because I work with my family. You know, my father is the co-owner of Rough Cut Studios along with me. My mother is also a part of Rough Cut Studios, and also my management. When you're talking about PR and so forth, my father does my road management and so on. My daughter's really in love with music. She wants to get onto that bandwagon too. So for me, I've been really blessed on that journey, because I have a lot of people who want to walk it with me. But there's a lot of artists out there that I know of that journey alone, and it's been way more difficult for them. So I have to give them much love and respect, because that's your inner fortitude shining through when everybody else is not walking with you. But I've been blessed to have people that are keen to go the mile with me.
Yeah, for real. And of course, working on projects, working on creativity, how do you come up with your ideas, your topics that you're going to talk about each time you put a tune out?
It really depends. I like to make music that resonates with my soul. It has to be something that is I've been ruminating on for a while. I've been thinking about for a while. For example, if you look at the song "No More" and "Unity," actually both of those songs were created in honor of the Unity concert, the inaugural Unity concert of the Marcus Garvey Foundation, where the idea behind it was "No More" and the concept was unity. So I took that and I adapted those to the title of the songs. And then I took that and I started looking at my life and what's going on around me in the society and so on and so forth. And I thought, okay, look, in South Africa, we have all of this going on, and I want to unite people. In Africa, there's so much going on. I want to bring us all together. And this is where the idea of unity comes from. And then I started thinking even more. I started thinking, okay, there's war that's going on everywhere in the world. And not just in the Ukraine. We can talk about with the Israelis and the Palestinians. We can talk about, there's so much going on in the world. Gender-based violence, violence against children. There's so much happening. So with that then came along the idea of "No More," because all of those things is things that we do not want to live with. This is a legacy that we don't want to be passing on to our children. So I thought it would be fitting to put that under the title of "No More." So I think it's just looking around and seeing life, and that motivates me and gives me my topics and content.
Yeah, for real. And when I speak to people and I say that there's great music coming out of Africa, there seems to be a shocked kind of look on their face. And I wanted to know from you, somebody who lives in Africa, a great place, what is the music like out there? Tell the listeners, tell the people.
Africa's music scene is so diverse, and it's so incredible. You have to understand, you're speaking about the home of the drum, so the heartbeat just pumps out here. Whether you're talking about reggae music, you're talking about amapiano, you're talking about native sounds, native instruments, native languages. I mean, in South Africa, we have 11 official languages for our nation. Zimbabwe has 16 official languages, and that's just two nations of the 56 that encompass this continent. So you can imagine the diversity of sound and the range of content that is taking place. It's incredible. So it really comes down to you as the listener, what really intrigues you, because whatever you're looking for, you will find it here, and you will find it here plentifully. I think it's kind of like our golden diamonds. Our music is on the same level. We have it to an unbelievable extent. And I think we're very blessed, because music for us has always been something pure. Yes, it has become a business over time, and it's something that people aspire to head towards. But music in Africa is all about fun. Music is life. You will never go down the road without seeing a taxi bumping some type of music, or a car, or there's just some vibe going on in every single corner. So it's something beautiful to see. And if you love African culture, I think you cannot ignore the music, because it's a large part of the culture.
Yeah, most definitely. And I wanted to know your thoughts and your opinions and kind of your ideas around the Grammys. As you probably know, being in the business, there's been lots of controversy. And I wanted to know what you thought about it and your feelings of it.
Well, to be honest, the Grammys it's very far away from what's going on in the industry with all the artists. I think it's more a reflection of what's going on with the journalists and who they prefer and they favor, and that's fine and all fair. At the same time, look, good music is good music. I think you talk about people like Black Coffee from South Africa. He received the Grammy Award for the nation. I think that's some great news. He goes into a list, I think, of maybe less than 10 artists to receive a Grammy Award. So for us, it's a very historic Grammy Awards. But then you look at what transpired with reggae music, and there's so much controversy going on behind it. look, as I say, great music is great music, and I think that if you are able to feed your family and you have people that are coming out to your shows from all over the world and people are booking you all over the world, then you're already a winner. I think that that award is subjective. It's not something that's reflective of your status, but more subjective an award, because once you're touring the world and your name is known to people that don't even speak your language, you're already a worldwide entity. You're already a winner. So I think that's my opinion on the Grammys of this year.
Yeah, for real, for real. But you know what, Dada? When you step out on stage, what is that feeling like? What is it like for you?
You know, it's crazy. I love stage so much. You always get nervous before stage. When you step out on stage, I think you feel power. I feel a lot of power. You hear your music behind you. You see people in front of you that are in the vibe. They're enjoying themselves, and you want to give them that same energy that you're feeling. So it's all about the transference of energy, and it's quite enjoyable. But like I say, I don't think anybody ever starts off without feeling nerves in the beginning. So I do feel a little bit nervous, but once you're on the stage, it's all about being one and having fun, and it's a beautiful experience.
Yes, most definitely. I still get nervous now when I step out, so that's no problem. So, you know, when it comes to having that responsibility now, how do you feel? Because sometimes, you know, some artists can take that responsibility and bring it out in a negative way, some in a positive way. How do you kind of cope with that responsibility?
Well, you know, like at the same time, apart from being an artist, of course, I'm also a family man. I'm a father. I have nieces. I have nephews, and so all of that comes with its own responsibilities as well. So for me, that is all intertwined with everything I do. The responsibility that I have for my family extends to everybody, because everybody else, I see them as my brothers, my sisters, and we are all family. And therefore, I approach it with the same love, care, and respect that I would with my own people. So for me, responsibility is I wouldn't say it's an easy step, but it's a natural step. It's a natural step because love is a natural thing. To care about people and to care about things is natural. So responsibility is a natural thing for me.
Yeah, man, for real. And you know, you being very well traveled, where would you like to travel that you haven't been to yet to perform?
Oh, of course, you know, the UK is definitely high up on the list. Japan, I got to put Japan on the list. That would be such a beautiful, or just Asia, somewhere in Asia, just a beautiful experience. South America, of course, beautiful. The Caribbean, we've been there, but would love to go again. I just love everywhere in the world. I won't even lie to you, so it's not one place. Just anywhere where they'll have me, I'll be there.
I like that, for real. And you know, when it comes to music now, you're very eclectic, because when I listen to your tunes, I can hear all different types of styles, flavors, vibes. So how do you decide on which rhythm is going to go with what song? How does that work?
Well, you know, when we're working in the studio, I like to work very freely. It's a creative space, so we create as much as we can. And once we've created, of course, I have my management team, like I spoke about, my mother, my father. They're the first people. I mean, they introduced me to reggae music, so they're the first people that will listen to what's been created. And if they vibe with it, then it will go on further from there, and I'll pass it on to another panel of partners, and then a listening panel of my peers, and see what they think of it. And then from there, finally, if it's all approved from everybody and everybody likes it, it'll make it out there. But sometimes it also depends. If I'm doing something that I really do believe in, then I can forfeit a lot of the steps that I spoke about and just release the song. A lot of the songs, I mean, if you believe in what you're doing, you put it out there. I mean, No More and Unity are just songs that as soon as I recorded them and I played them to my mom and my dad, they loved it. I said the song is out. So yeah, it really depends.
Wow. First of all, I want to big up your mom and your dad for giving you that inspiration and obviously working with you as a family unit and a team. So what kind of music do they like to encourage you to obviously do what you're doing now?
Oh, that's officially reggae. That's not even a question right there. My dad and my mom, that's all they listen to. They love reggae music. My dad is 100% reggae music. My mom, she used to listen to a little bit of hip hop, R&B, just a mix of everything back in the day. And I think that's what gave me that eclectic mix that you spoke about earlier. But as well, she's a very big fan of reggae. In fact, she met Bob Marley in 1980 in Zimbabwe in the streets of Harare, and that's how I ended up getting my middle name after they got through their conversations. He had asked her to, like, please, if you have a child and it's a son, name him after me. So my real names are Menelik Nesta Gibbons. He's Robert Nesta Marley. So that's how that happened. So reggae music has always been a big influence, and beyond my parents, my grandparents as well. They loved reggae music, Barney Whaler, so on. So yeah, reggae has just been a part of my life forever.
Yeah, for real. What a story, first of all, obviously, to meet a king in the music, the business. What would you say to young people now coming in the business? Because a lot of them are finding it difficult to make their way. So what would you say as some advice?
Well, I would give them the same advice that I gave to my daughter. She was asking me about the music industry as well. And I said to her, look, daughter, this is not the easiest thing in the world. Music is not the easiest business. It takes 100% dedication and a very thick skin. You have to be ready for a lot of no's, a lot of downfalls in order to build you up to get to the place that you want to be. You have to have that inner strength and fortitude. So I think that if you feel that this is the path that you want to pursue, then pursue it wholeheartedly. But never downplay any other opportunities that you could have to build yourself up. I think that's a lot of mistakes that youths out there be making. Get your education, go to university, do whatever you can to build yourself up, because music is not just being an artist. As I said earlier, there's the business side, there's PR, there's marketing, there's the management, there's production, there's many different elements that go into creating the music. And the more that you can understand and the more that you can master, the further that you can go with this. So I would implore you to really take yourself and expand yourself further than just being a piano player or being a vocalist, because that'll always stand you in good stead for your future.
For real, for real. And you know what? I'm going to ask you some more light-hearted questions now. Yeah. And the first one I'm going to ask you is, have you ever been mistaken for somebody?
It's very strange. I get mistaken all the time. In South Africa, people are like, yo, he's one of the Marleys. And then when I went to Jamaica, they said, nah, you look like he's what's this dude's name? And he's an OG too. They say I look like he's his nephew or something. It was just on the tip of my tongue right now, but I'll tell you just now his name. But the people always mistake me for other artists. I don't know why. I think it's the dreadlocks. I think dreadlocks make us all look kind of similar. I don't know.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
I love red.
Wow, same as me. Same here.
Big thing. That's what I'm talking about.
energy. And of course, what's your favorite number?
It depends. Number 13 used to be my favorite number. When I played football, it was number 13, and I got lucky with many things with that number. But now, I like number 7. Number 7 is just a great number because of football.
Okay. And if you was a superhero, what would you want to be?
That is a great question. I love superhero stuff. That's crazy. Man, it's crazy. Especially looking at the movies, DC and Marvel, I'm going to have to go in some Spider-Man direction. I like Spider-Man's thing because he got humor, but at the same time, he's got all these cool powers, super strength, you know what I mean? He can, very, very smart, creative, so some Spider-Man type thing.
Okay. And that leads me to my next question. When you are on stage and you are performing, do you feel like a superhero?
No, actually, when I'm on stage and performing, I wonder I've never actually thought about it. What do I feel like? That's crazy because, like I said, it's always like a transference of energy. So I just feel like I'm one with the crowd. I don't even feel like I'm above or different from them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just feel like I'm one. I feel like I'm one. So I guess yeah, maybe superheroes feel like that. Maybe they feel like one. So yeah, I feel like one.
Yeah, because you know, obviously, a lot of artists they change their name just like superheroes would to something else, so that they're called something else. So that's why I had to ask, innit?
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So you know, what's next for you? I know you've got these two great new releases that are out. What's next?
Look, we're always in the studio. I'm working on an album right now, so I'm trying to get that out ASAP. That's like one of my top priorities. Of course, visuals as well for a lot of the music. We're in the day and age where people don't want audio alone. They wanna see what the idea was behind it. So of course, visuals are gonna be coming, and then touring. We have a lot of shows to be doing right now. So that's something that's heavily on the mind. We're trying to get that all going forward. So keep a lookout on my social media pages, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, TikTok, it does not matter. Handle is the same at Dada Music, no spaces in between. Or alternatively, you could go to my website, www.dondadamusic.com, and you'll find all the links to my music, my social media, and what's the latest happenings, because there's so much going on all the time. So yeah.
For real. And you know, as you always know, I've got to ask you, would you be up for singing a little something for the listeners out there?
Yeah, cool. Why not?
Okay.
So, I'll give them a little something from No More. So we say no more jealousy, envy, hate on the streets. No more war and violence, peace what we seek. No more jealousy, envy. The people need relief and the children need to eat and the family needs to sleep. Now hear the boys and the girls play laughter in the street and the sounds of the birds sing melody so sweet and the bell for the school rings. Education's key, and yes, it should be free. If it was up to me, a free society with no need for police, where everyone can be. And yes, it's just a dream, but one day we will see how peaceful it can be. If that is what we want, and that is what we need. Boom.
Easy. Yeah. Up. So of course, Dada, what would you like to say to your listeners, your fans, and the people that support you?
Well, first of all, to all the fans and listeners out there, I'd like to say much love and respect, because us as artists are nobody. We're nobody without the fans that listen to us. You build us up and create us into the people that we are. So I'd like to thank you for giving us more life and keeping us moving forward. I'd also like to thank, secondly, my company, Rough Cut Studios, including my mother, my father, management team, everybody close. They've really done so much to get us moving forward, and there's so much more to come. Much love and respect. Big up yourself, Content Connect Africa, for all the big moves you keep on making across the African continent. We're going to be moving forward together. Big up yourself, Tough Gang Studios, for the distribution. Much love and respect. Russell, much love and respect. The Jamaican High Commissioner to South Africa, Miss Angela Comfort, I want to thank you for all the support that she has given to artists, and the cultural exchange between Jamaica and South Africa has been invaluable. And again, one more time, running it back, thank you to all the listeners, Arawak FM, beautiful thing, and thank you to DJKat for giving us this platform to promote and to build the music, because the people like you bring us to the worldwide platform. Thank you very much.
Anytime, Dada. You know what? It's always a blessing and a pleasure to speak to you. And just keep doing what you're doing, because you're bringing out some positive works and positive vibes. So give thanks to you as well.
Much love.
We'll speak again soon, I'm sure. Many blessings.
Definitely. Blessings to yourself, DJKat. And we'll link again in the near future.
Yeah, man. Every time. More love, yeah?
Respect.
All right. Bless up. Bless.
Bless.